Oh, thank you for 500,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Oh, damn.
We
Yes.
did it.
Okay.
We are going to pick some subscribers to win prizes.
I love it.
Because I just printed photos from my power slap.
Oh.
And I'm going to get paint on my hand and do a palm print slap.
Yes.
I'm only going to do, let's say, 12 pictures.
Yeah.
So I'll do pick 12. We're going to pick 12 winners. And then I'll number them 1 of 12. Do the handprint, sign it. So you have to be a subscriber on YouTube, but come back and I'm going to do some handprint power slap photos. We're live.
We're trying to break up the dogs.
Situate them. So we have had Jackie for, a month now, maybe a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And she is definitely made me realize how old Dennis is, sadly, because she keeps wanting to play with him and have fun and be a puppy. And he does not like it.
Yeah, but since I've came into his life and adopted him as a father,
he's always been a lone
player.
wolf. He's not one to want to actually play with dogs.
Yeah.
Even when I would take him to the dog park, he would just kind of mosey around and do his own thing.
Okay, I'm going to acknowledge how disgusting we look matching right now before anyone else says anything. Yes, because I realize it. I get it.
We look adorable.
To make it even worse, we're sipping on Starbucks and
both of us sipping on our Starbies from a straw.
Yeah, I usually am not a straw, but you put the straw in. I guess you mixed it up for me.
Yeah, you got to use a straw.
Yeah. So, anyways, we're matching.
We look incredible. Anybody just listening online, we both have some tan khaki style pants on, white shoes, white shirt, jean jacket, and some bling.
Yeah.
We look good. We're in love.
We are in love.
All right. What do you want me to jump into first?
Well, I'm gonna say this. I still am just in a fog of lethargy. I don't know.
Oh, because you took NyQuil last night?
Yeah, I drank a little. So one thing I like to do, I had a few nights of bad sleep for whatever reason. And again, probably the moon. I didn't check and see if it was a full moon or not. But
oh boy.
And maybe I've said this before, but if I've had a few bad nights in a row, I'm like, okay, I'll get back on track. I'll drink a little NyQuil because NyQuil just puts me out.
Yeah.
And
it always makes you feel lethargic the next day.
Yeah, but this has been but I also just think my eyes are sensitive today.
I took a caffeine pill this morning.
I probably needed that, but
great.
I biked to practice and I was just I felt like I was almost in a cartoon.
But you've been training super hard, and rumor has it, I think you're going to be able to announce a fight soon.
Yes, I hope. We've been saying that for
a long time.
So.
We're still patiently waiting. We just eager. Okay. So I'm on the couch last night.
Okay.
Watching Friends, as I do, having
as you tend to do
an apple martini, and I hear from the other room you talking to somebody about how somebody's pregnant, and you're like, oh yeah, she's pregnant, this and that, and you're going on talking to your friends. I'm like, who the heck is pregnant? And what are you guys talking about? Were you and your friends on Call of Duty talking about Gypsy Rose?
Oh yes. Oh shit. I was thinking, I was like, where the hell are you going with this? Because I can't remember.
You and your friends, which some of the things I hear you say of playing Call of Duty are always shocking.
It's our little gossip circle.
Yeah, apparently even the men in your life are talking about Gypsy Rose being pregnant while they're playing Call of Duty. We don't need to talk about that more. I just thought it was a very funny conversation.
Well, we did watch. We could go into this. We did watch the whatever she had it was on
the documentary.
Yeah. And it's crazy.
It's nuts.
And I'll say this: I don't want to pass too much judgment, but if you go on her Facebook and see some of this stuff, very reminiscent of how her mom was portrayed and stuff. It seems like she's kind of taken on that same persona. So
the other thing we watched, which is not on my list of things to talk about.
But I was going to bring this up.
Is The Man with 1,000 Kids.
That shit was crazy.
That show, if you have not watched on Netflix, The Man with 1,000 Kids, you absolutely have to.
Yeah, it's like the new thing right now, right?
Beyond shocking.
Yeah.
So I'll break it down. Basically, it's this guy who is a habitual sperm donor.
Yeah.
And he would, do it through donation centers.
Yeah.
But he would also go and like actually meet with girls. And he would
he was
like
doing it privately too.
Privately. So he would either bring them sperm or he would offer to just sleep with these girls. And by the time you watch the whole thing, the natural way to inseminate. So by the time you end this documentary, you're like, what in the world? How is this not illegal?
Yeah.
But again, like if you watch the whole thing, it goes to trial, it goes to a court case because he is just literally getting thousands of girls pregnant.
Yeah.
There's no way to know how many people he actually impregnated.
I mean, okay, but so here's the devil's advocate side of it. Yes, whatever, maybe it's illegal. And I guess, well, I don't really know where I would go with this, but there's nothing illegal with going and sleeping with as many women and getting them pregnant. And although you would probably...
That's the hard line in the sand. Like, where do you draw the line in saying that a man has no right to procreate? Like, what's the line? Yeah. I guess maybe the issue is because he was lying to all these people and falsifying documents at the donation centers. So he was telling these people that he would only get like 5 women pregnant. He's like, oh no, I'm only going to help 5 families. I'm only going to help 5 people. Yeah. But lo and behold, it gets even more sick and twisted, and I don't want to spoil it, but there's other people involved at some point. Yeah.
But, and there's also loopholes too. Like you can make so many donations to a certain clinic or whatever before you can't do anymore. Or to countries or whatever. Yes. Anyways, it's crazy. This motherfucker spread his sperm throughout the entire world.
And then it's like, okay, at what point do the laws line up where it's like then, because they weren't done through a clinic, right? So could then the women who he actually slept with then file for child support?
Oh yeah, see, and that's what I was thinking of the whole time when I brought it up. I was like, yeah, what stops a guy from going and getting a bunch of women pregnant? Well, I guess child support and going to court,
all that. Okay, yeah, but okay, I'm just gonna do spoilers. So if you're gonna watch it, sorry, here's some spoilers. So then there's this other guy involved. That's his friend, right? Yeah. So another person that he had met that was a habitual donor. They would meet up. They would get their cups of semen. This is so gross to talk about. They would mix them up and then give them to a woman. And they were playing roulette with whose sperm would get the girl pregnant.
You know, it's so funny.
What?
So when I first heard that, when I heard that, I disgustingly enough, I was making food.
Yeah.
When I first heard it, the first thing that came to my head was like, oh shit. They're mixing it up and they're making a mutation, like a combination of the two. I didn't realize that once.
Not how that works.
I get it now.
But they're playing like roulette.
Yeah.
But there has to be something illegal there. But maybe there's not, because these women that's when he would do like the private donations. Yeah. So he would just bring the women this semen, and it's like, how are they supposed to know who's in the cup?
See, and I even thought like they did roulette in the way, like when the child was born, they'd see and be like, oh yeah, he's got my eyes. Yeah, well, he's got my nose. It's I'm such an idiot. Now it makes sense. Yeah.
Anyways, very creepy documentary. You should go watch it.
Yeah.
That's one of those ones where it's like, it's wrong, but what's the line?
Yeah.
There's some shady stuff going on.
Yeah. Insane.
Yes. Okay. So I went to the gas station the other day.
Okay.
You sent me to the gas station.
Yes.
This is now public knowledge that you are a nicotine slut. So you have the little pouches.
I eat those little
those little pouches.
Yeah.
So I pull up to the gas station. I go inside and I'm like looking behind the counter and I don't know what to get. So I gave you a call and I'm not up to the counter yet because I wasn't ready. I was calling you to see what you wanted.
Yeah.
So the attendant he was at the register and he's like waving me forward, like, here, come here. And I'm like, oh, I'm on the phone. And he like waves me forward to say like, oh, I can help you on this register or whatever.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, hey baby, I just wanted to know which ones you wanted. And then the guy, like, he's aggressively waving me to the counter to come up.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready. Then he has the fucking audacity to be like, I don't deal with people when they're on the phone. You need to hang up the phone. What?
Yeah.
Like,
so I heard your reaction. I didn't hear what he had said, but I knew obviously something. And then you explained to me afterwards.
Something happened. But for one, I wasn't ready. He's like waving me up to the counter, like telling me like, come up here. There's nobody in line behind me.
Yeah.
There was nobody in the whole gas station.
Yeah.
So then he's like waving me up. I'm like, hey babe, they don't have whatever.
Yeah,
like, which one do you want? And he's like, hey, get off the phone. I don't deal with people on the phone.
Yeah.
And I was like, excuse me? I'm like, if you would listen to my conversation, you would hear that I'm asking my husband what he wants.
Yeah.
And then he was like, well, ask him what he wants and get off the phone. I was like, I'm just going to take my business somewhere else. Thank you.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So the point of my story being, I, in that moment, was so calm and collected.
You were.
And peaceful. Because on any other day, I would have cussed that fucker out so hard because that's so rude.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not someone who is on the phone dealing with customers or like dealing with,
yeah, you're putting your attention towards who you're dealing with.
Yeah. So if if I go through the Starbucks drive-through, a lot of times I'm on the phone with my mom. I'm like, hey mom, I got to go. I'm ordering Starbucks. And I hang up, pull up to the drive-through, order, and then call my mom back. Totally agree. You shouldn't be on your phone when you're trying to order things or do things. Yeah. But he forced me up to the counter, waves me up, and he could hear me saying, hey, babe, they don't have what you want. What is it that you wanted?
He was probably trying to hit on you.
By telling me to hang up the phone?
Well, his intentions were probably to hit on you, and then when he realized you were talking to a significant other, he was mad.
Oh. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe he was just an asshole.
Probably that too. I think I'm reaching a little bit.
Yes. But. Okay. So my point being is this is the same with road rage. It totally depends on the day who you're going to deal with. Yeah. Like with me. So either I can be extremely aggressive and like argumentative and take no bullshit. And then on other days, I'm like, you know what? I'm at peace with myself. I'm all good. And you know what I find? Is that either if it's before the gym, I'm an asshole. If it's after, because my endorphins are up, I am good. Because I was on my way home from the gym.
I thought you were going to say, you know what? I think I finally admit I'm bipolar.
We already talked about that.
Yes, I know.
Which I don't think I'm bipolar now. I did a little bit more research and there's this other thing. But we're not going to get into that because
that's a sore subject.
That's a sore subject. That's dark. Okay. But... So I was on the way home from the gym. So like my endorphins were up. I was feeling good. I'm like, you know what? This guy, he's, 60 years old working at a gas station. He's got his own problems to deal with. And I was, I'm just going to go ahead and take my business elsewhere. Thank you. And I moved on. Yeah. But this happened about a month ago. I was on my way to the gym. Yeah. And I was in the parking lot. And there was like... it's called Aldi. It's a grocery store. So a lot of old people pull up and park so they can get out of the car. So like their drivers will pull up, park, and they'll like unload each other. It's frequented by an older demographic, at least the one that I've seen. Yeah. So people pull up. So there's like this whole line of cars. There's a car parked. So in our lane, letting an elderly man out of the car. So the car in front of me goes around him. I go around him. So then this asshole blows a stop sign, stops directly in front of my car. Yeah. And won't move. And I just want to like continue on and go to the gym. So and then I'm just like, hey, excuse me. Like, what are you doing? Like, I just need to sneak through. Just like, let me go by. Yeah. Refuses to move his truck. At this point, there's 5 cars behind me. 5, because we were all in a line to pass this elderly gentleman getting out of his car. So this is a day before the gym, before have my endorphins up. Instead of, this is like the worst possible thing you can do. Don't do this. Don't do this. I regret it, especially in Florida. So instead of like holding my horn on or like, I couldn't back up because there's 5 cars behind me. And this guy's just like flipping me off, standing like with his truck in the middle of the road. It's like you're blocking everybody.
Yeah.
So instead, I get out of my car, I walk up to his window and I knock on it and I'm like, roll your window down. And I'm like, just roll it down. And I'm sure because in my car I have blacked out windows, he couldn't tell it was just a female driving.
Yeah.
But then I get out of the car and I'm in my like cute little gym outfit and I like knock on his window. I'm like, roll the fucking window down. And then I'm like, what are you doing? And so then he won't roll his window down and then he just backs his truck up. And I was like, thank you. Yeah, I'm sure he didn't expect me to get out of my car and walk up to his.
Do not do that again.
No, that's naughty and that's recipe to get shot.
Yes.
Anyways, endorphins. Endorphins make you happy.
Yes.
Happy people don't kill their husbands.
Yes. Okay. Good.
They just don't.
Yeah.
It's a Legally Blonde reference.
Oh God.
Oh,
is it? Okay.
Yeah. I didn't just randomly think about killing you.
Oh, that's so funny.
Okay, but that's what I was saying. Okay, so dealing with assholes, it depends on the day. It depends on if it's post-gym, pre-gym, where your mentality is at. But I will say, nobody has ever been rude to me when you're present.
Yes.
And that is so ass backwards when which I get it. They're terrified of you, but I have never had a man be mean to me when you're around.
Yeah. Yeah, which is weird.
No, look at you.
No.
You really think somebody's going to pipe up to me when you're right behind me?
Yeah, I guess so, but
yeah, you're scary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I have tea.
Okay, I love tea.
And I'm just going on a roll right now.
Good, I'm glad.
Okay, because you're tired.
I'm in a funk.
I took a caffeine pill and I could talk for days.
I did jujitsu a little bit ago.
Okay, I'm on Instagram.
Okay.
Bada bing, what pops up? A podcast.
Okay.
With TJ Dillashaw on it.
Oh, funny. Okay.
Yes, TJ Dillashaw, super great guy. Trained with him at Team Alpha Male for a long time. And what was he talking about? Can you take a guess?
You.
No.
Okay. Oh, what was he talking about?
Doing power slap.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Yes. So I don't know if he mentioned, it wasn't like he said, I would do power slap or I'm interested in doing it. He just said like, oh, power slap is something that I could do because, he's had numerous surgeries on his shoulder.
On his shoulder, yeah.
And he's had numerous surgeries on his left shoulder and he's right-handed. So he just like casually threw out there. He's like, yeah, I could do, like power slap's one sport I could do because I have had so many surgeries on my shoulder. I don't need it. I can use the other one.
Damn.
So how freaking excited. So then I'm sorry, I don't know the name of the podcast or the group. It just popped up.
Jackson podcast.
That.
Okay.
So that podcast popped up.
Jackson, the jewelry brand?
No.
With Rampage.
Okay. Oh, yes.
With Rampage. Yeah. So then they're all just like, Dana, like paid TJ $1 million to come do power slap.
Oh, shit.
And I think that would be really exciting. That would be another crossover like star.
Damn. So let's think about this. So just from off the top of my head, just from the guys I know, dumpling. We'll put dumpling on. We'll do the Hawaiians.
Yep.
Austin Turpin.
Me.
You. TJ
Dillashaw.
Yeah, TJ Dillashaw. Quinones, we met him, super nice guy, really cool guy, fucking beast in power slap.
Yes.
Oh man, you could put together such a sick card.
You could put together an epic card. Now the question is, do we put TJ up against another big name in fighting?
No,
or does it matter?
No, I think
I think if he went to power slap, he should immediately get to go in and slap for the belt.
Yeah, but I don't know if they have a belt for his weight class. I mean, this is so new.
It is new.
They don't have a belt for your weight class yet.
No, I would assume that TJ would do it at 45 or 50,
I would
55. I don't know what his weight is right now.
I don't either. Yeah.
He's not much taller than I am, but obviously I went up a weight class to compete because I agree, or I fully believe you should not cut weight for power slap. It's just a straight hit to your noggin, and you need it as hydrated as possible.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that was exciting.
Sick ass card.
Scrolling through Instagram.
Yeah.
So We'll see. I don't know. He was just saying like, oh, I could do power slap. But
who knows if he really wants to or if he really would.
But I feel like if he's talking about it.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
Then there's got to be mild interest.
Oh, man. Just a couple more like big names and this thing's going to explode.
It's going to absolutely explode.
Yeah.
So it's really exciting. Cool. So consensus now, do you think I should do another power slap?
100%. I've maintained that since.
Okay, cool.
Here's the thing, is watching you up there, like the fun, the the showmanship and all that.
Yeah.
I was like, this is your thing. Of course, you're getting hit in the head, a few times, but we've kind of already signed that document and knew that's what we were gonna do and stuff. And so, and I've talked about the other mitigating factors of not sparring twice a week, not like taking all these other shots and stuff. So yeah, I would love to see you do it again. I had a lot of fun. I never in this world thought I'd ever say that. I want you to do it again, but I want you to do it again. I thought you were awesome and could be even better. Do you want me to do bare knuckle boxing again? I would rather you power slap again than bare knuckle. That's interesting, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah, I think for where you're at in life and like what you want to do, I think I would like to see you do power slap. Yeah, I think it would be fun. Yeah. Yeah, I was listening to Sean Strickland on Instagram, the controversial. Yeah. He's a really big fan of mine, actually. My number one supporter. I was listening to my number one supporter, Sean Strickland. Yeah. And he was being asked about something, and he just said that, he's either happier now or his life has changed because he just stopped giving a fuck. And he just stopped caring and giving a shit. And I think that is the mentality that I need to have. I need to not care and just go do what I want to do. For sure. Don't do what I feel like is right. Don't feel like pleasing other people, pleasing fans, managers, husband. Sorry. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But I need to do what I want to do and like just not care so much about all the other bullshit. I'll say another positive about Sean Strickland. He pretty much single-handedly ended cancel culture within athletics. Within athletics. And Eminem. Because he doesn't give a shit. He'll say whatever. And then we just talked to Juan, our producer. I was listening to the new Eminem album. Willy Wonka. Well, yes. You're very good with your Obi-Wan. Very good with your puns. Thank you. Yeah. LeBron James. I didn't get quite the reaction when I try to come up with a new one for him every day. And I thought Willy Wonka was really, I thought that was a good one. I didn't get quite the reaction from you I thought I would. You're very punny. Yeah. Very punny. So also I was listening to Eminem's new album and it's aggressive. Yeah, it's that's like what you the said. Old Eminem has resurfaced, and I feel like that's like the consensus of the album for me. But my favorite song on the whole album, I have to shout out Jelly Roll. He's on it. Yeah, Jelly Roll is on. It's Somebody Save Me, but it's Eminem's version, and he raps over it, and it is so good. Yeah, I'll have to. I haven't. Of course, I listened to the Magician song, the Houdini. Yeah. But I was just getting home from practice, went and hopped in the shower really quick right before here, and Save Me was on, and I was like, oh shit, but I didn't really hear any of Eminem's. Yeah, I went for a run today and I listened to the album. I started it and then finished it when we got home, and it was incredible. I need to do that too. All right, do we want to talk about love stuff? Yeah, this is a kick-ass love story. Yeah, so we. Or do you want to keep talking about fight stuff? Because there's more we could go on about. We'll do a little love. Okay, so there's two things. So there's this new trending concept, not even a concept, just idea, trend going on the internet and social media and stuff. Yeah. How much should a husband or boyfriend spend on an engagement ring? Oh, okay. Well. So there was always Michael Scott said it. So it's 3 months salary. Yeah. So the traditional
idea was a man should spend a 3-month salary on an engagement ring.
And what did Michael Scott do?
He spent 3-year salary.
Okay.
He spent 3-year salary on his engagement ring to Holly. So that it was like this giant rock.
Yeah. Yeah. Pam's like, what the fuck?
She's like, holy shit. Is that real?
Yeah.
So.
Okay. 3-month salary.
So because there was a girl, I don't know who it was because I just am relaying this from what I've gathered. I believe said that they should spend the same amount of money they spend on their own car.
Really? Okay.
Which seems insane. So, okay.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm going to tell you my concept. Okay. So, a lot of people have car loans.
Yes.
Right? So you buy a car, you're making payments on a car. Say nowadays, gosh, you got to spend $30,000 on a car. It's like, so then you're going to be paying off a $30,000 car. Should you also be paying off a $30,000 ring?
No.
You want to enter a marriage, $60,000 in debt, and that doesn't even include a home loan or student loans or like any sort of debt, credit card debt.
Yeah.
So no, I highly disagree. A man should not feel forced to spend the same amount of money they spend on a car, on an engagement ring.
Okay, so my opinion is I don't think there should be a universal
absolutely not
should do. I think everything is all dependent on your situation and
yes.
You know, and
at that point if you're taking the steps to marriage, you guys should be on the same page. Like, who says that you can't have the conversation with your partner, like, about ideas of engagement rings or how much to spend? Like, if you both know the marriage or the relationship is headed to marriage, you guys should set a number or a figure between yourselves. You're going to be married forever. Like we, obviously, you got my first engagement ring and it was a beautiful ring, but on our wedding bands, we spent like $50.
Yeah.
Because it's a wedding band. And then now we have, I wear a bunch of random rings all the time. But then we went and got our wedding, not a band. We got a wedding tattoo. It's a heart with flames. On our engagement finger, wedding finger. But then 5 years into the marriage, you went and for our 5-year wedding anniversary, bought me this incredible diamond ring. So I think that should be the precedent. It shouldn't be like this engagement ring where you're, spending you shouldn't put yourself in debt to get married. Yeah,
I agree.
Beyond that, you also have to spend a ton, like getting married and weddings are expensive. And we had a very, very small wedding.
Yep.
It was really, really, really small, but it's still expensive. By the time you factor in everything you have to pay for, you shouldn't set yourselves up in debt to be married.
Yeah, I agree. I think, and that's my point of everyone. And I think more and more, not even more and more. I think people are fairly good at doing that and seeing what positions they are in financially and what they do.
And the ring has very little to do with being married.
Well, the ring has very little to do with it. And honestly, the wedding does too. I mean, I'll say this though. One date that I will always would choose to go back to and remember is our wedding day because I genuinely had such a fun time and like I don't know, there is something really special about it and fun, but I could have had the same time, without spending any money on it and just having family and friends together and doing the whole thing and stuff. So,
and I'll factor this into the equation. I don't know if there is a statistic or study on how much you spend on an engagement ring versus divorce rates, but there is a study that says it involved 3,151 participants who are currently married or who were once married. According to the data, women who spent more than $20,000 on their wedding were 1.6 times more likely to eventually get divorced than women who spent between $5,000 and $10,000.
Really?
So there's statistics that show the more money you spend on a wedding, the more likely you are to get divorced.
Crazy. What's funny is I might have been like a freshman in college, but I went to like this crazy wedding and to be honest, I think it was I feel bad putting this out there, but I think it was like the owner of Dutch Bros or something.
Oh,
or
yeah,
like,
yeah. Okay.
And anyways, extravagant wedding, crazy. I didn't know anybody there.
Yeah.
But they were divorced.
And you look at a lot of these. I feel like when I can only really judge like celebrity couples because I mean, other than like our family and friends, I don't really know people who have spent a ridiculous amount of money on weddings.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
It does seem to be true from what I've seen. The more extravagant and the more money people spend on a wedding, the more likely they're going to get divorced. So,
but I think you got to think of it too. Well, I mean, when you think of celebrities though, yeah, they spend a lot on wedding, but to them, that amount is, so much of amount to another. So it's not like.
But I feel like but you don't have to. Like you can
I agree.
do something with small, close family and friends. And I think the more you spend on the more money you spend on a wedding, I would say statistically, the higher stress the wedding is too. Not just because of the money, it's because you're gonna have so many other factors.
Yeah.
Like for us, like we just got donuts from like a bakery down the street, and we did it really small, and my dress was $500.
So maybe the point is like if you're spending a lot more, it's because you're like thinking of things that are trivial, right? Yeah. Trivial. Whereas if you're not really spending a lot, you're really just focused on the thing that matters the most. Family together, the love, and celebrating it. Yeah.
There's things about like, I'm like, okay, if I could go back, there's things about our wedding I wish we would have done. I wish we didn't do, but at the end of the day, it was like a really fun party, and it was literally just us with our close friends and family. Yeah. And having a party and loving each other.
Yeah. So. And then I fought 2 weeks after.
You did fight 2 weeks after, and you were so sweaty on our wedding night.
So my goal was to dance
off like 5 pounds.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm gonna dance the entire night, and I was sweating I was soaked, but that's what the goal was.
So, and what I also thought was funny is at one point, like I had the DJ put on like some like club music, and then I slowly noticed everybody left the dance floor because we had a much older crowd. It was mostly like our older relatives, our parents, and then we put on like the classic rock and like that 90s like feel. Everybody was boogieing.
Oh yeah,
we're a big 90s music family. Okay, 5 questions.
Okay.
The way the question was phrased, like if you're unsure about your partner.
Okay.
These are 5 questions, right? Obviously, I'm not unsure about you.
Yeah.
We're super. I mean, look at our outfits.
Yeah, we're sure.
We're super sure about each other. But these are 5 questions that I wanted to hear your thoughts on.
Okay.
Maybe it'll make us more sure.
Okay.
In our love. 1, if somebody said you are just like your partner, would that be a compliment?
Compliment. I'd be happy.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh, there is so many things that I think I'm like, frick, if I could just be more like Austin, life would be so much easier. If I could stress less. I think
the same too.
I'm not so confrontational.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but seeing there's positions where I'm like, fuck, I wish I was more confrontational. I wish,
No, being confrontational is not.
Yeah, but you take the little things from each other and stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. 2, are you truly fulfilled or are you just less lonely?
Truly fulfilled.
Same.
I wake up every morning. I'm so thankful for my life. And
me too. And it's fun to know, waking up every day that you're my best friend.
Yeah.
And I'm living with my best friend, and I get to have a sleepover with my best friend every night.
Yeah.
And even when I leave the house for a few hours, I feel like we're on the phone almost the whole time.
Yeah.
And talking to each other.
And I've never felt like lonely in life because I've got a really good relationship with my family and my close friends and stuff. So I've always had somebody there. So it's like
you weren't searching for a relationship to fulfill a void.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
no,
so
go ahead.
no, this is a total change of subject before I get to the rest, kind of. So I saw this other thing on Instagram, me and social media.
Yeah.
Couples who aren't like persistent to have a child, or women who aren't like searching to have a child, a lot of times it's because they feel truly fulfilled in life. They don't feel like something's missing.
Yeah.
So
that's interesting.
They'll take the steps and be like, no, I don't really want a kid right now, because they don't feel like they have anything missing in life.
Yeah.
Not that you have a kid solely to fulfill a void in your life.
Yeah.
But children do make you feel more fulfilled.
Yeah.
But in like our instance, I don't feel like we just don't feel like there's a void in our life at this moment. Or
yeah, for sure.
We don't feel like we're like lonely or searching for more fulfillment. I feel very like content and happy with our lives right now.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And we have great dogs.
We do have great dogs.
Super great dogs.
Two
okay.
sleepy dogs.
And I feel like when I first met you, I wasn't searching for a relationship at all.
Yeah.
And it just kind of happened.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't lonely. I was happy. I had my family too. And I even told my mom, I was like, no, I will not date a teammate. I am just going to be single for like a year and live it up in Oregon, because I had just moved back to Oregon.
Yep.
And then boom.
Then I power slapped you in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. Have you seen that one video that's like the Aretha Franklin, the "And I Will Always Love You" one?
Oh, yes.
And
Yes.
then all of a sudden it's a guy and girl getting just absolutely mushroom stamped.
Yes.
Sorry, that's what made me think of that.
Crazy.
Okay. 3. Back to the love.
Okay.
Are you able to be unapologetically yourself, or do you feel the need to change in front of your partner?
100% to a fault, unapologetically myself.
I know you are.
Yes. Sometimes I'm like, fuck, how is she attracted to? I'm such a nerd. Like, I'm such an idiot.
There is funny things that I do too.
Yeah.
Mine are more just like, okay, maybe I should be more ladylike, or like maybe I should try to be more sexy and like hide some things, not hide things from you.
But I get it. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't go to the bathroom while you're in the bathtub.
Nah.
Maybe I should try to be more not secretive. What's the word I'm looking for?
No, I get
just
it.
like
I
mysterious and like,
yeah.
ooh, sexy wife.
Nah.
No,
That's not the relationship.
That'd be boring.
Yeah.
No, I do feel like I'm 100% unapologetically myself.
Yeah.
And there is things that I could definitely. No, I don't want to change.
No, don't change.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to change.
You could spend a little bit less money on football cards.
Yeah,
if we're being honest.
Yeah.
I am an enabler, though.
Yes, you are. Big time.
Big time enabler.
Yeah.
Because I'll say things like, ooh, if you take me to brunch, I'll let you buy a box of cards.
Yeah, big time.
But life's about negotiations.
Exactly.
You get what you want, and I get what I want.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you truly in love with your partner right now as a whole, or are you just in love with their past or their potential?
Oh, 100% just in love with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really, your past or your potential doesn't matter to me.
Yours either. Yeah. I could run away with you right now and live in a cabin in Alaska and
absolutely
disappear from the entire world.
Yep.
Okay. Last question. If you are unsure about your spouse.
Yeah.
Would you want your future children to be with somebody like your partner?
Yes.
100%.
And
yes.
I say all the time, like the part of being us having kids and, you know, being a father and a mother, the part that really excites me is I think you're going to be such a good mom. Because I see you with the dog.
I'm a bit of a helicopter mom with the dogs, though.
Yeah, but it's not, not to a fault, though. I think you do such a good job. And I think that's what, you're very nurturing and you're very.
I love those puppies.
Yes,
so
you do.
much.
And so I can only imagine when we have a little me running around or a little you.
I hope it's a little you.
Yeah.
I was not the easiest kid.
Yeah.
Have a little baby you running around playing Call of Duty.
Oh, playing with football cards.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be really fun.
Yeah.
Okay, well, those are my relationship questions that I had for you.
I loved it.
It made us feel in love.
We're sure. Yeah.
Yes, we're sure of each other, but you're unsure in your relationship. Those are 5 questions that you can ask yourself to let you know, or like you can work through those feelings of unsurement, if that's a word.
Yeah. All right.
Are you done? Are you tired?
So
that was short.
Bad.
I have more fight stuff we can talk about, but no, we'll come back to it.
Okay.
We can call it.
Yeah.
If you're tired, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was a kick-ass love story.
Kick-ass love story.
A little bit kick-ass.
A whole lot of love today.
A lot of love today. I'm in the feelings.
Yeah. That's good,
yeah. Anyways, find us on YouTube. Oh, thank you for 500,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Oh, damn.
We did it.
Okay.
So why don't we say next week, everybody tune in, and we are going to pick some subscribers to win prizes.
I love it.
Because I just printed photos for my power slap.
Oh.
And I'm going to get paint on my hand and do a palm print slap.
Yes.
I'm only going to do, let's say, 12 pictures.
Yeah.
So I'll do pick 12. We're going to pick 12 winners.
Not 12. Oh, yeah. Do 12.
12 for 12 gauge.
Yep.
And then I'll number them 1 of 12. Do the handprint.
Yeah.
Sign it. So you have to be a subscriber on YouTube, but come back and I'm going to do some handprint power slap photos, signatures.
It'd be cool. Yeah.
Okay. Find us on YouTube, OFTV, Apple, Spotify, Deezer, iHeartRadio, anywhere you get your podcasts every Wednesdays at noon. Yay.
Good.